10, 9.
Kenny Dobbs is a busy man. If he's not speaking about the negative impact of bullying at Phoenix elementary schools, he's hosting 5-on-5 pickup games. And if he's not doing either of those, he's making content for his upcoming YouTube channel.
Vertical jump training videos, even videos on me just talking and giving motivation, man.
But a busy life is a given when you're considered one of the greatest dunkers on the planet. Once these viral videos of vicious dunks made their way across the internet, Dobbs became somewhat of an overnight sensation.
From there, man, he was traveling the world. You see him all over the internet. He got millions of views. He got a deal with Nike, with Sprite. And, he just made everything, our dreams a reality.
But before he could leave his mark on the hardwood, Dobbs got to start right here on the concrete.
Street ball, the essence of street ball, that's what got it all for me. This is where it started, coming out to the parks to play basketball. And as a young kid, I used to come up here and just watch the dudes playing basketball. I wanted to get on, but when you're young, you don't get to call next. You gotta wait, and hopefully somebody gives you a chance.
A chance was all he needed to reach superstardom. But growing up in the Valley of the Sun, Kenny faced some serious heat.
Growing up in West Phoenix, I grew up in Maryville, and in that district, it was the highest drugs, highest crime, highest gangs, in the state. West Phoenix and South Phoenix, those are the two main areas, in Arizona that really, go hard when it comes to drugs, gangs, violence, all of that. So being in that area, one of my youngest childhood memories was when I was like 5, 6 years old. I was asleep in my living room, and I woke up to the sound of glass breaking. And I woke up and I looked up and I seen a hand reaching through the window trying to unlock the front door.
It wasn't until after Kenny and his father fought off the intruder that Dobbs found out it was no random break-in.
I thought we just lived in a bad neighborhood, but I didn't realize that the truth of the matter is that was a drug deal that had gone wrong, and that guy came back for my dad.
The trouble didn't stop there for a young Kenny Dobbs. He soon followed down a path created by his own environment. He fell into a lifestyle that pulled him further and further away from his love of basketball.
Outside of the court, we just went our own way. He was doing, he was into smoking, burglaries and all that, doing different types of stuff, and I just wasn't into that.
A life of troublemaking and crime led him so far down the rabbit hole that he eventually hit rock bottom.
At 17 and a half years old, man, that's when it all kind of caught up to me. We decided that we were gonna go rob someplace, and we ended up getting away, but we didn't realize that there was a witness that followed us. And the cops ended up coming, man, and we just took off. So during that time when I was struggling, and I was facing 6 to 9 years in prison, I was 17 and a half years old. They told me they were gonna try me as an adult.
Dobbs was determined to not let his last shot of a changed life go to waste. And just at the right time, that's when he says an angel came down to help guide him. Her name was Janet.
And there's Kenny. There's Kenny? Yeah. Look at that. I gotta hug this boy. I got this music.
The two haven't met up in person for years. But during Kenny's young adult days, they were nearly inseparable.
The trust and respect that he had, and he still has. I had faith in him, and he knew how to real talk. He wasn't afraid to say how he felt, and he wasn't afraid to show it.
Blake became a mentor for a young Dobbs. She saw potential within Kenny that everyone else seemed to overlook. And for the first time in his life, Kenny began to see the potential that Janet saw.
I never had anybody speak real positively of me like that. I never had anybody just show that kind of genuine love and care for me. You know what I mean? Of an outsider. Of course, your mom and your grandma, but somebody like that, especially being involved in the system.
Kenny Dobbs is a busy man. But that's expected when you're considered one of the greatest dunkers on the planet. But Dobbs is much more than just a good basketball player.
Those choices that I made for my life knocked me off of my path of my goals and dreams.
He's a man of faith, a leader in his community, and living proof that miracles do exist. From Phoenix for Cronkite Sports, I'm CJ Chaires.